An excerpt from the novel From Staying Fat for Sarah Byrnes. Chunk 1. When I got to the field for our first game, I was so excited I thought I would throw up. I hadn't slept a wink the night before and spent the entire day throwing my baseball against the side of the garage, grossly exaggerating the speed of the grounders, dribbling back as I snapped them into the merciless trap of my glove and threw the runner out. I didn't catch one ball in warm-ups. They dropped to the right of me. They dropped to the left of me. They hit my arms and fell harmlessly to the grass. But I was just so happy to be there, to belong with these other kids with junior Oilers across their chest, that it didn't matter. Chunk 2. When Coach called us into a huddle before the umpire yelled, "Batter up!" he went over our positions and the batting order one last time. But he didn't need to for my sake because I had memorized those things from the first practice. I batted ninth. I played right field. I knew what that meant. I knew I was the very worst hitter on the team and the very worst fielder. But I didn't care because I had a new glove and a green and gold uniform, and I belonged. We were the home team and batted the bottom half of the inning, so we touched our gloves together in the middle of the huddle and yelled, "Go Oilers!" and broke to take our position. I was so proud, but before I got even to the baseline, Coach's hand was on my shoulder, and when I turned around, Ronnie Callender stood next to me, and he said, "I want you to give Ronnie your glove." I said, "What for?" He said, "He doesn't have one." Chunk 3. Coach watched my face fall. I know he did. And I think he knew how I felt because he was very kind. But he said, "Cindy, if we're going to win this, Ronnie has to have a mitt. A shortstop has to have a mitt. That's just all there is to it." I looked at the glove on my hand. I bit my lower lip while I read Warren Spahn's name, and I handed it over. Coach told me to play as far back in right field as I could so no balls could get over my head, that I could run faster forward than backward, and sent me on my way. I walked so far back I almost disappeared into the playground swings beyond the field. Just that quick, I didn't belong, and I remember thinking something always has to spoil it. I was hurt and embarrassed, and I wanted to go back to being invisible me again, but I couldn't because I had on the green shirt and cap, and all of a sudden that uniform was my enemy. I remember hating Ronnie Callender for being poor, and I hoped his father never got a job and they'd have to move away. Every game after that was miserable. I couldn't quit because we would have only 8 players and all the kids would hate me. Coach didn't always take my glove. In fact, I don't know that he ever took it again. But each time I walked down that hot, dusty summer road toward the playing field, I knew he might, that I didn't really belong because they could take my glove.